Hey guys, this is Stacy from EatTheBite.com, and today I'm making this cheesy fennel and dill stuffed chicken breast. We're going to slice and cook some fresh fennel until it's caramelized, add some fresh dill. We'll add a mixture of cream cheese and sharp provolone cheese to the middle of our butterfly chicken breasts. We'll add the fennel and dill mixture on top of the cheese, fold the chicken breasts over like you see here, hit it with a little seasoning. We'll sear the chicken seasoned side down for a few minutes to get a little crust on top, then we'll turn them over and finish them in the oven. And I love serving this with some carrots and Brussels sprouts. So, let me show you how to make it. We'll start with the fennel. You'll need 2 large fennel bulbs for this recipe, and we're only going to be using the bulb part for this. We'll cut the little knob off the bottom, then we'll cut the stalks off, but I am going to save those to make a veggie broth so it doesn't go to waste. Then we'll do the same thing with the other bulb. At this point, we're going to cut the fennel the same way we'd cut an onion. All you have to do is cut it in half, and then slice it into thin strips like you see here. Then once all the fennel is sliced, we're going to start cooking this in a large pan with some olive oil on medium heat. We're going to hit it with a little bit of salt and some pepper. Then we'll give everything a good stir around the pan to get it coated. We're going to let it cook a few minutes uncovered while stirring it. We want to get the fennel a little browned here. Then we're going to put the lid on, turn the heat down low, and let this cook low and slow for the next 20 to 30 minutes while we do our other prep. Next, I've got a large bunch of dill, and I'm just going to chop off a good-sized chunk of it. Then we want to chop the dill down fine like you see here. I've got 1 small clove of garlic, and I'm going to dice that down fine as well. We don't want too much garlic here because we don't want it to overshadow the fennel and the dill. We're just going to set that aside for now and move on to the cheese. I'm using extra sharp provolone cheese for this, which I'll cut in half, and then I'll just run that across my cheese grater. I've also got 8 ounces of softened cream cheese here, and I'm going to take that sharp provolone and add it to the bowl. After that, I'm going to dig right in with my hands and mix it together until it is well combined. Now we've got to move on to the chicken. Boneless chicken breasts are pretty lean, but I do like to trim that little bit of fat from around the edges. Once that's done, we are going to go ahead and butterfly the chicken. Just carefully run a sharp knife along the side of the chicken, but don't cut all the way through. And don't worry about a gap where part of the tenderloin might become disconnected. It doesn't actually matter and it won't affect anything. I fuss with it a little here to get the chicken as flat as possible, and then once you've completed it, we're going to put them all in a pile on the side. You're going to repeat that same process for all of the chicken breasts. And when you're done, we're going to place them side by side on the cutting board, cover them with plastic wrap, and then we'll pound the chicken down to about 1/4 inch in thickness. Then we're going to season this with a light sprinkling of salt and some pepper. I've been stirring the fennel while doing the prep, and it's done. So I made a little space in the center of the pan, and I added that diced garlic in, hit it with a little tiny splash of olive oil, and I do like to cook it on its own for about 30 seconds or so before combining it in with the fennel. Once you give this a good stir and the garlic is well incorporated, we're going to go ahead and add our fresh dill. Then we'll give that a mix. You can turn the heat off at this point too. We're just going to stir it around so the dill is distributed evenly, and then we'll transfer to a bowl to let it cool down for a few minutes before we stuff our chicken. We're going to start with a hefty dollop of the cream cheese and provolone mixture on each chicken breast. I do keep a little cup of warm water off to the side to help push down and spread the cheese a little bit. So we're going to add the cheese to the top of each chicken breast, and it's probably about a couple of tablespoons total. Then once we have all the breasts with the cheese, we're going to add that awesome fennel and dill mixture. I used a fork to transfer the mixture over to the chicken, but you could use a spoon or a small set of tongs. It's up to you. With the cheese mixture and the fennel dill mix, you will have a little bit extra of each, and you can put that in a mini baking dish to cook it and serve on the side. When you fold the chicken, gently push the ingredients in with one hand while folding the breast over with the other hand. Then once all the breasts are folded over, we are going to hit the chicken with a little bit of seasoning, including some salt, a little bit of garlic powder, pepper, and paprika. Now we're ready to cook the chicken. I've heated some olive oil in the same pan that we cooked the fennel in, and I'm going to add the chicken to the pan seasoned side down. We want to get a nice little sear on the top of the chicken before we turn them and transfer them to the oven. So we're going to let that cook about 3 to 4 minutes. Then we'll turn the chicken over, and we're going to transfer that pan to a preheated oven at 425 degrees and cook them for about 12 to 15 minutes. You can serve this with any veggies you like. I served mine with carrots and Brussels sprouts, but this would also work well with a great salad. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to leave you with my live commentary of tasting this delicious cheesy fennel and dill stuffed chicken breast. See you next time. I think I'm going to put this whole bite in my mouth, which I realize is a little piggy of me, but I don't feel like waiting. Oh my god. The dill. The fennel. I love it. This is a really special combination. I love dill. I love fennel. I love cheese. Why not put them together? Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, chicken's perfectly cooked. It's nice and tender. It is, I love how, even though you cook the dill, it still has that like fresh herby flavor. Cannot tell you how delicious this is. Oh, I can. I'm telling you right now. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh my god. What more? See, this is why melted pan cheese is good. Yeah, melted pan cheese is awesome. Fennel and dill stuffed chicken with cream cheese and extra sharp provolone, a little bit of garlic. This is outstanding. This is really one of the best stuffed chicken recipes I've ever made. And if you're a fennel and dill lover, you are going to go crazy for this. Okay, thank you.